Okay, we got the Punjab Kings to talk about right now, and someone's pretty happy and excited about this team. Talk to us.
Yeah, that's my team. Can't wait for them this season. I definitely think this is the season for us. And I say that every year, but no, very excited for Punjab this year, and I think with this great composition.
Yeah, it looks like the squads, every single squad, there's so many gun players in these squads. Well, let's start off with the bowlers of Punjab. So let's start from the bottom up. So solid crop of bowlers. The standouts for me, Arshdeep Singh, Yuzi Chahal, I think they're shooing into the 11. Lockie Ferguson is a solid how he's doing with his injury concerns. But then you have Xavier Bartlett as a backup option and it's from the foreign player, and he's been doing pretty well with Australia too. So those are the players that stand up for me from the bowlers.
Yeah, no, I think as you mentioned, some great experience over there, and I think those will be some match-winning players for Punjab's bowling. But we
Hmm.
don't. I think we should not forget some of the other players as well. Hardy Barar, a really a big legend for Punjab. He's played there for a while. Additionally, we also have Lockie Ferguson as well. Could use him, see how he plays. I know he's a little bit older as well, but he does bring that experience. And then, the IPL servant himself, Kuldeep Sen. I think he's a good old reliable bowler. He can come in and definitely get those overs in. So no, I think Punjab's bowling is exciting for sure.
Awesome, awesome. So we get into the all rounders. So the bowlers are gonna have some backup from the all rounders. Lots of selections here for Punjab, and they're gonna have to figure out amongst all these foreign all rounders who they're gonna
Hmm.
pick, because all of these, maybe minus Aaron Hardy, Azmatullah Ormadzai, Marco Jansen, and Glenn Maxwell walk into any 11, especially after the form in the last year or so. Glenn Maxwell's an OG. You don't leave him out. He's a game
No.
changer. He can
Yeah.
win you a game just like that, right? But Marco Jansen and Azmatullah Ormadzai, you could say in the recent couple years, they're the up and coming younger players, or the next generation of players, if you will, that have been doing really well.
No, 100%. And in any tournament, you look for those players, you watch their spells, and we know how impactful they are for the national team. So no, I think you hit it right on the nail. I think those two players are going to be, such key players for Punjab. But let's not forget, the other IPL servant, the Aussie legend himself, Marcus Stoinis, is
Oh
also in this
yes.
team.
Oh yes. How did I forget
Yeah,
about him? He was the
big old
number one
Stoin.
all rounder just a couple months ago.
Big ol' Stoin is in this team under the leadership of Ponting. So no, I think this is a very interesting team. I think you have a lot of bases covered, and let's not forget Marco Stoinis with all these young guns you mentioned.
Oh yeah, yeah. How could I forget? How could I forget the legend himself? Okay. Also, so pretty solid all rounders to choose from, and of course you have Shashank Singh as well. I don't know
Hmm.
why he's listed as all rounder. I haven't really seen him bowl, but he's been doing really well for Punjab, and I think last year was his breakout season, or if not the year before, and he got retained by Punjab. So, I expect there to be some expectations on him performing now that people know who he is and what he's capable of.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great shout. He's been sort of playing for Punjab for a while, and when you get retained, it's extra pressures on you to sort of perform. So no, I 100% see that.
Cool. So looking at the batters, we got obviously Shreyas Iyer got picked by Punjab, previously played for KKR, won the title. I still
Yeah.
can't believe KKR let him go. But that just tells you a little bit about I guess, the connection between management and him. Who knows?
Coaching
You could
him,
just
who knows?
coach and him, who knows? But it's interesting because the coach no longer there. So, um, but either way, he's going to be a key player in the batting for sure. He's leading the side under Ponting's leadership, who he's had a relationship with in the previous IPLs. I believe they were on Delhi together, and they had a good season. They had a very good season together, so maybe that helps them turn the tide this season for Punjab. But amongst the other batters, Josh English is in there, who's been in recent form, been doing really well for Australia. And then some other Indian, lesser known batters. And that's where I think they're a little light, uh, because it's Prabh Simran Singh, Nehal Vadera, who's a up and comer again, and then the others I've never heard of them. Let's be real.
Yeah, no. I think from that end as well, you mentioned, Josh English, Shreyas Iyer, walk into any 11 for sure. I think it's interesting though. I think Rob Simmon's saying, I think a lot of expectations on his shoulder. I think two
He got
seasons
retained
ago,
too.
he got retained too, and he's been a key player. So I potentially see him, Rob Simon Singh and Josh English opening up. So,
Okay.
I think if they do, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Rob Simon Singh, but fellow Punjabi boy, yeah, he's been retained. I think he's going to come through this year. So I think it's going to be interesting watch.
Yeah, it's going to be super interesting to see how they put the squad together because they're obviously light on the Indian batting. The walk-in Indian batters are going to be for sure Simran Singh and Shashank. So there's three out of what, seven batters, and then
Yeah,
you got to fill the rest, and that's where the management's got to figure out how to balance the ratio between having your foreign players, your foreign players versus your Indian players, right? While still putting out a strong 11 on the field. So that's going to be interesting to see who they put out there.
yeah, no, I completely agree, and I think it is going to fall upon the shoulders of some of those international all rounders. So I think they're going to be key players to watch out for this season.
Awesome. So who's your key player and underrated player with Punjab?
Great questions. How about this time we start with you? You tell
Okay,
me
I'll go
first.
first.
First, key player.
Okay, so for me, the key player is going to be drum roll. I'm still thinking. Arshdeep Singh.
Okay, no,
I'm
no,
gonna say
no.
Arshdeep Singh. I think he's been in great form for India, for IPL, for Punjab in the last few seasons now, and I feel like his performance at the top and the depth. He's like I've said in other podcasts, he's an all-rounder in terms of being a bowler, in terms of bowling in um, any passage of play within the 20 overs. He has the capability with the new ball. He has the capability to come in and take a wicket in the middle overs, and then he has the capability to bowling well at the death, especially the last over or the second last over when you're defending any sort of runs.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's my key player.
100%. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Completely agree. Okay, now, what is your underrated player to look out for this season?
So my underrated player to look out for, I'm going to go with. Oh man, this is tough. This is tough. Underrated player. Underrated player. Because it's like some of these players are guns. Like, are they really underrated? I'm going to go with Marcus Stoinis. I'm going to go with
Okay,
Marcus
okay.
Stoinis. Just because, he retired from the Champions Trophy. No one really knows what kind of form he's in. But I feel like he has this ability to pull his socks up on big games when he's needed. And I feel like he can go underrated at times and he may just pull out a few games for Punjab.
No, no, fair shout there. Fair shout. I think that's a great shout to have.
Awesome. How about you?
Oh, okay, I guess I'll start off with key player as well. I think the key player for Punjab this season is going to be drum roll, Glenn Maxwell. I think there's a lot
Okay.
of questions on Glenn Maxwell, and I think for this team to really click, I think you need those middle overs to really get explosive. And so I see Glenn Maxwell filling those shoes right there, and we've seen him do it. And I know some people may say he disappoints more than he pleases, but I'm my key player to look out for Punjab is Glenn Maxwell.
Okay. Okay. I like that selection. How about your underrated player?
See, my underrated player, I'll be honest with you, it's Prabh Simran Singh.
Okay.
I think he's, been with the IPL for a few years, and he's had some great knocks. He's had some very quick 50s, some I really remember. So, he's very talented with the bat. And so I think he's going to be, and he does, obviously he's not the biggest name right now, but I think he is an underrated player. And I think he could really, if he clicks with Josh Inglis this season, it's going to be very impactful for the team.
Awesome. So now you got to tell me where Punjab's going to finish off, and you got to give me an answer from your brain, and then you're going to give me an answer from your heart because I feel like there's two answers here.
See, there's two answers, and that's right. You're right, and the heart is obviously saying Punjab's gonna go top four, but I'll say this: it's a little more this season because of
Yeah.
the fact that we have Shreyas Iyer. He's been in
Okay.
he's won before last season, and I think he has a lot to prove as well. This has been a year of redemption for him, not
Hmm.
having a BCCI contract, getting into the Champions Trophy team, winning it, being a key part in that. So I think not getting retained by the team that you won the trophy for, and I think he publicly spoke about it as well after the
Yeah.
championship. So I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a big redemption year for him. So could this be the Amazon documentary moment the IPL wants? Of a redemption story. So no, my heart is saying top four, but I think when you take a step back and look at all the other teams, you have to accept the fact that there's a lot of talent in the IPL this year, and a lot of teams have really stacked up. So I really think, actually, I think it's going to be a hard break for Punjab because I see them coming number five.
Okay.
So
Okay. So
just making it, but not enough.
okay, okay,
Your
okay. I feel
thoughts?
like you gave a lot of thought to that. So you're gonna be shocked by mine. I think Punjab's going all the way. I think Punjab's going all
Oh
the way.
no!
Like,
Okay,
and I'm
okay.
not just saying that to say that. Like, I actually thought about it today when I was listening to, I'm getting into the IPL fever and the
Yeah,
IPL, like
yeah,
feeling the IPL, listening to the podcast and stuff. And I was like, man, like Punjab's been underperforming a lot. Like at some point, we talked about it's all a numbers game, right? And life is always about cycles. Like at some
yeah.
point you're gonna figure it out, right?
I agree.
And I feel you got a champion captain, right? He won the IPL last year, so he knows what it's like to win. He knows what to do to win. You have a champion coach in Ricky Ponting. He's won the IPL
Fair,
before with
fair,
Mumbai,
fair.
right? So you have those two key cogs to a winning recipe, and then they're both good leaders, which should be good enough to gel the rest of the team. And then you have match winners like Marcus Stoinis, Arshdeep Singh, Glenn
Yeah,
Maxwell, Marco Jansen, Omar Zai. I always mess up his first name. Azmat, right?
yeah.
You have players like that. Like they might just pull it off this year.
Wow, wow. I love to see that. I love to see that.
Awesome. Good place to wrap it up. We'll see you on the next one.